you, this is gonna be fun, man. We don't have to, no stress, not serious. Actually, the one who is serious is Daniel.
Oh yeah.
He was just telling me why right now. I don't know if you want to say it publicly or not, honestly.
By the way, happy
Daniel, what's going
Thanksgiving.
on in your house, man?
Oh, thank you, my friend. I was excited for this. It's nice to have a day where like we're still kind of talking about what we do, but we can just relax and just talk about our regular stuff.
So, Daniel, what's going on in your house today? Something special in your house today?
Oh my God, 26 people are coming over literally right after this ends at like maybe 2 o'clock, so 2 hours from now.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, wish me luck.
They're celebrating. Okay, they're
Yes.
celebrating. How are you, Jesus?
Oh, I'm good. Today I'm off. So, but here the weather is very cold right now. It's pretty cold.
Same. It looks
Yeah.
nice outside, but you go outside and you're like, wow, that's deceiving. It's
60, 70 kilometers per hour. It's very windy.
wow.
And also with some maybe little like snow. -8.
In which part of Canada are you?
I'm in Toronto.
Okay. All right.
So here is not too cold, but now it's cold. The weather is crazy almost
Yeah.
every year, so we cannot define.
You're from Colombia, right?
Yes, Colombia. I'm from Colombia.
But is there ever winter, like cold winter in Colombia?
Not exactly. I'm in the north part of Colombia. I'm from Barranquilla. If you know Shakira, Sofia Vergara. Okay. So we are from the
Sofia
north.
is Colombian? I thought she's Brazilian.
Yes. No, Sofia Vergara is from Barranquilla, Colombia. Same as Shakira.
Okay.
So if you saw, there is a TV show. I think the name is Modern Family.
Yeah.
You will notice a lot of about the culture in Colombia, and also you will notice the north part of Colombia from Barranquilla, because Shakira is the pronunciation, also the style she's from is very typical from that. So we are on that part, and in Barranquilla the weather almost every year is 30 to 39 degrees.
Oh wow.
And with 90% of humidity, because we are in the
30
middle.
to 39 Celsius, right? Not Fahrenheit.
Celsius, right? Celsius. We are in the middle between the river and the Caribbean Sea.
Right.
So it's pretty cold, very hot.
Okay, and now you move to the other part of the world where there is, like, we call the freezing part of the world. Really, Canada. You don't want to.
Yeah.
It's good.
Here
It's very modern, very welcoming country, but it's so cold, man.
Yeah. I think this is something funny for me, because when we arrived here, I never live in a part that has these different seasons.
Oh, okay.
Here in Toronto is very particular, because when it's cold, it's very cold. When it's hot, it's hot too. Every season has their own like characteristic, but I never lived that in the past. So I love, honestly, I love the cold part, but not too cold.
Yeah, exactly.
Last year it's like 90.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, but it's good. It's good.
Why did you take the day off? Are you having a special day today or something?
Oh no, it's because I have a lot of also medical appointments, and we were going to travel in the next weeks to Colombia. And when you have a child, you need to separate your own days to do your own medical appointments, and also medical appointment for my daughter. So yeah. Not because the Thanksgiving. I'm not. We are not in Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving here is in October.
Okay. All right. Okay, but Daniel, you're having a good time today, right? Or you're going to have a good time with the bunch of people.
A few minutes from now, when the crazy stuff. But that's kind of what we're going to be talking about today, anyway. So it's just nice, like me, Ahmed, Jesus, like we are. For anyone that's watching, right? We're always talking about project management, helping project managers do all these things. But at the end of the day, it's nice to take at least one day of the year or a few days as we wind up into the end of the year for ourselves and make sure we're taking care of ourselves, reflect on our family, the things that we have going on in our personal life, because at the end of the day, we have a second part of our life, the personal side, and that affects the project management world. But it's just nice to be able to talk about this stuff, decompress, relax a little bit, and not be so focused on all the little specifics of project management today.
Well, you see, Daniel, my son does not go to school. Now, this is the second day he's off. So they had Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off because of Thanksgiving. Because my son studies at the American school here in Tunisia. Okay, so I'm in Tunisia, in a city called Sfax, the second largest city. So my son studies at the American school. They study only in English language, and they have 3 days off. But I never asked actually. So Daniel, many people who are watching us from all over the world, they don't know Thanksgiving. We know Thanksgiving from the movies because we watch a lot of Hollywood and American series and movies. So we know it from the movies, maybe from now the internet made it popular, but I mean not popular, we kind of know about it. But what's Thanksgiving like? What is it exactly?
It's interesting. For at least in the U.S., it kind of kicks off the rest of the year, the holiday season, all the way into end of the year on New Year's Eve or New Year's. But it's really like the start when people start thinking about and then having Thanksgiving. It's like everyone goes into like relaxed mode for the rest of the year. Even at work, many businesses shut down the last 2 weeks.
Wow.
And personally, it's just a lot of fun family. Usually us or some other people go to other houses, a lot of family parties, a lot of even friends get together, Friendsgiving, and just really relax, decompress, enjoy a lot of really good food, maybe have some drinks, and again, just like forget about the world that's going on and just be around the people that you love and that love you. And hopefully that puts you in the right mindset for the rest of the year. Just again, remembering you have a family. It's not all about work, and that just being around again the people that make your life possible and successful, and the reason why you do everything at the end of the day, right?
So until the end of the year, I mean, like until New Year's, like New Year, beginning of the New Year, people go slow now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, not everyone for sure, but certainly, most companies that I've worked for, big ones, even international ones, it slows down significantly. This is when you'll start to see people taking off from work for 2 or 3 weeks, especially at the end of the year. And people definitely right after today, because tomorrow's Black Friday when the crazy shopping happens and all the sales happen, and that everyone goes crazy on that day. And then now we have Cyber Monday, so like the next Monday right after this. So we have now 2 days of shopping, and it really starts to kick off the Christmas season. Whether you celebrate that particular holiday or not, it's just the season itself. Sales, shopping, family, a lot of craziness, parties, and just really winding until around the Christmas time. Again, it doesn't have to be religious. Lots of different religions celebrate around the same time for different reasons. Again, just because it's the end of the year, right? We wind up right into New Year's Eve. And of course, New Year's Eve, celebrating the new year coming in, and glad we all made it through another year, and wishing well, of course, to our loved ones and friends going for the next year. And, hopefully they have a happy, prosperous, and joyful and love-filled year coming up in 2026.
Nice. How is it with you? How is it with you, Jesus? Like you said, it was last month. What did you do last month on Thanksgiving? But it's not like people sleep now from October until the end of December, right?
I think it's pretty similar than Daniel shared about. In Latam, in Colombia, we don't have Thanksgiving.
Right.
I think honestly we are in Colombia. The people live in Thanksgiving mode every year, because almost every month there is a celebration or a special occasion. I don't know. Honestly, and particularly in Barranquilla, there is a famous carnival. Carnival of Barranquilla is pretty famous.
Yes.
We are always living in that type of Thanksgiving style, surrounded by the family. But when we arrive here in Canada, we realize that it's very similar the day than in US. So we don't have family here, so we visited some friends, and all is about the food. All is about share each other's their common life, their passion, their maybe something about their kids, or I'm a first-time father, so when I visit other friends that are as you are my masters. Have some other more than one kid. Is that they are always teaching us something,
Yeah.
sharing some tricks, or or playing with Sophia, and yeah, it's a pretty relaxing day. I love the food. I love the Latin food, so they prepare some special meals from Colombia. So it was a great time, and of course now in on December, everyone is in a party mode or celebration mode, trying to generate these special moments for their families. Now with Sophia, we will go to Colombia, so we are very excited about that because it's totally different.
You didn't call your daughter Sofia because of Sofia Vergara, right?
No,
I'm kidding.
that's great. That's great. That's a great conclusion. But I love the name of Sophia. Before Sophia, well, Sophia is older than me, but yes, I love the name of Sophia always is in my mind. And you know something interesting about that? When I was young, I always dreamed about having a daughter named Sophia.
Wow.
Always.
It happened to me.
So,
It happened to me when I was at university. I was 21 years old, and for some reason, I love the name Noor. Noor, like in Arabic, means light in English. So Noor, that's an Arabic word, and I always wanted to have a daughter called Noor. I don't know why. I never liked a girl called Noor. I never dated a girl called Noor. And so I was 21. So when I was 23, my daughter came, and I called her Noor. So I had my first
Wow.
daughter when I was 23.
Same happened to me, and the meaning of the name Sophia, it's beautiful, and it's a beautiful name too. So for me, wisdom. I love learning. I'm a geek. I'm a nerd also. So everything was connected.
People
Even
don't know
Sofia
you.
Vergara.
People
Right.
don't know you, Jesus. Yeah, so
Sorry?
people know Daniel. People who are watching. I think most of the people they already know Daniel because we see that some people are so loyal to our show. If I call it show, Daniel, is that can I call it show?
Absolutely. It is like a TV show, right?
So
I
some
tune in every
people,
week for it.
some people already know Daniel. Some people already know me. They know that we are two project management crazy guys. We love project management. We live project management. We breathe project management. I think people can see it from our posts, from our activities, whatever we're doing. We're trying to give a lot to the community because really we cannot just take. We want to give back. Actually, we're giving back as much as we can, but not so many people probably. I mean, you have your community, Jesus. You're a top voice. You're the first top voice to be with us in the show or in the podcast. We've had really people who are ranked high in the world in project management, like Kathleen. Kathleen was ranked first, right, Daniel? Well, in that Leaders 360, right? The one
Yeah.
you
Yeah, she was right. Yeah, she was like had a full score. I've
Yeah,
never-
she's Kathleen Walsh. We had her last time when we talked about the CPM AI certification from PMI. She's ranked first in the world by that website. We had also from other few people who are on the list, like Americo Pinto, like Daniel is ranked 30. What was your rank, Daniel? Daniel.
Sorry, 30. Sorry, my family's starting to come here, so I want to put it on mute.
What was your ranking?
What'd you say?
What was your rank on that website? The leaders. 30, yeah. He was 30, I think.
I'm honored to be on a list with so many people I
Great
consider
names.
people I've
Great names,
watched
yeah.
for decades.
No,
That I've
we
absorbed
want
everything.
we want people to know who Jesus is. Not Jesus. Well, Jesus in English. It's not Jesus. It's in Spanish. Jesus mostly. It's Jesus. Jesus.
Jesus.
Jesus.
Exactly, with accent in the U.
I love it. I love that you said
Great.
that.
So, Jesus, really, you're the first person to be a top voice to be with us in the show. We would like you to introduce yourself to the people, who you are, what do you do for a living, what's your relationship with the project management, before we kick off, the rest of the stuff we have on the agenda.
That's great, Ahmed, right?
Ahmed.
Ahmed.
Yeah.
Ahmed. So thank you first. first of all, thank you for having me here. For me, it's a pleasure, and I love sharing with others. If you ask me who am I, I'm a passionate about learning and sharing the learnings with others.
Yeah.
I grew up in Barranquilla. I studied electronic engineering, doing a master degree. I worked for a manufacturing company, and after that, I realized that maybe working for a company was not my point at that point of my life. So I quit and I started to work in different type of projects without realizing that I was a project manager actually. So I started working in projects maybe over 10 years ago. And when I realized that, oh my God, I'm working as a project manager, and that's something that I love, I got my certification later as a PMP, and I start to improve myself, studying different type of approaches. Uh, and after that, over I think was 10 years ago, I was working in different projects with the public sectors, different type of communities impacting mostly businesses, but always was about digital transformation projects, you name it, implementing different type of digital solutions. And during that time also, I realized that my passion was or is sharing my knowledge with others. So also I was a postgraduate professor for over 10 years, and I don't know how many programs, maybe over 20 programs, sharing as a postgraduate professor, sharing my main knowledge or my main focus was on project management and innovation. So during that time, I work as a trainer, corporative trainer, and suddenly I got married, and with my
Suddenly,
wife.
that doesn't happen
Suddenly, yes.
suddenly, man. No, 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 no. That doesn't happen suddenly, man. That doesn't
you know,
happen
you,
suddenly, man.
long story short, I got married. It's like, oh my God, I'm married. No, something happened in my life. I will explain you. Something happened in my life, and I stopped learning about these external things because I'm very passionate about learning. I learned a lot of things, but I realized that these external things doesn't work if you don't work with your own with yourself. So it was in my 35 to 37. I start to train myself. I started to do a lot of leadership trainings. Some of them were not maybe focused on leadership, also with the spiritual trainings. And in one of these programs, I met my wife. And something funny about that was because I was alone. I choose alone. Alone is like oh, I don't want to be with someone else until I feel prepared to do that. So I found my wife, and it's a very special moment because at that moment I feel that I was prepared to do that, and it was something great for me. So when we got married, we start to thinking it's like the life that we want is really here in Colombia. It's not because the culture, the food. It's also about the quality of life. It's about accessibility. So we decided to immigrate to Canada because we have some people here, some friends that share their experience here. We decided that it's like okay, and something happened.
Why Canada? Is that
Yeah.
like a popular destination for Colombians? Because usually Colombians, when they immigrate, either it's like to southern parts of the United States, okay, where there are a lot of Latin community, like okay, or sometimes some parts of Europe, Spain, Portugal. I don't know. Why
That's that.
Canada?
That's an interesting question. I think one was about the quality of life here is pretty good. Two, the clear path there was a clear path, legal path to be here. Three, the lifestyle here in Canada is different than US, especially in that part you mentioned, maybe Florida, is pretty accelerated. The rhythm of the life is, you're always doing a lot, and in order to get a certain amount of quality of life, you need to work very, very hard. It doesn't mean that I don't work here. I work here, but the balance between the work and the working life is good. And we realize also, we notice at that moment that here the community is pretty strong. The Latin community here in Canada, I think, I think in Canada or Toronto maybe, Colombia is the second largest Latin community.
Okay.
So we moved here not only to pursue money, because if it was for money, I was not here. I will be, maybe I will be here. It would in
Wait.
Florida.
Jesus.
Mhm.
Did you immigrate first and then get a job as a project manager or in the project management field? Or no, you immigrated because you received a job offer from some company?
Oh, that's a very interesting question, Ahmed, and something that I would like to share with you was this was the adventure of my life, because at that moment I was exploring a lot of things. I was studying data science, artificial intelligence in Colombia, and sharing my knowledge on LinkedIn, and also I create a podcast. I create a lot of things, because was almost in the middle of the pandemic. But I was working as a project manager in Colombia.
Okay.
But
But
something that
just a second, please.
uh-huh.
I'm so curious. I'm
Mhm.
so curious.
It's
Then your
okay, it's
answer.
okay, it's okay.
Yeah, I'm so curious. You were working as a project manager in Colombia. Okay. I don't know in which companies you work in Colombia, but how is project management in Colombia? I don't mean like anything bad. Like, you could ask
No,
like
it's
how is
okay.
project management in Tunisia or in the Czech Republic where I used to live. So
Uh-huh.
how is the project management maturity in Colombia? And did you get certified as a PMP in Colombia or in Canada? So those two questions, if you may.
Okay, the first one. I got certified in 2016, almost 9 years ago. I immigrated to Canada 4 years ago.
Okay, so in Colombia, you got certified as a
In
PMP.
Colombia,
And how is the project management maturity in Colombia? Or it depends on
I
the
think,
company.
yes, all depends on the company. All depends, as I think this is one of my favorite words from the current PM book. The context. All depends on the context,
Right.
because the last 5 years I worked for implementing different type of project management solutions in the public sector, which is as a lot of they have a lot of compliance, and also they have their own methodology maybe. So it's pretty mature, um, depending on the context, of course. But I think, for example, if you look for different type of technology companies, the maturity is high. But all depends on that. There is a very strong community there in Colombia with some PMI chapters in Colombia. So I was working as a postgraduate professor. My main, also my side job was that. So I was trying to share with others the best practices, and I realized that the thing that you mentioned is relative. We cannot generalize
Right.
about that. There are a huge amount of very variable professional back there. But I was working in a project when I emigrated to Canada, and I was
So
working here remotely.
so you immigrated to Canada without receiving an official job offer from a Canadian company.
Yes.
You follow that because see, Canada is the third most popular destination for Tunisians. So
Mm.
most popular destination in France because of the many people because they have French as a second language in Tunisia, so they prefer to
Mhm.
immigrate to France. Germany, I think, is the second most popular. I mean, for people like who work usually in companies or in job roles that require higher education. There is Italy, but Italy is mixed reviews on it. So and then Canada. Canada is third because of the stability, because of the standard of living, and also because of like it's easier to integrate probably in Canada because it's full of foreigners, let's say foreign, even though they become citizens of Canada after 3 years or 5 years, it's like, it's a lot of, it's a mixed world, like, very, very mixed of people. The immigration process is kind of popular. There is some express process, there is some standard process, there is some slow process. Sometimes it takes 3 months, 9 months, 2 years. It really depends on the kind of process you follow, and sometimes how much money you pay. I don't mean to Canadians, I mean to agencies. How was your immigration process? Like, which process do you follow?
Oh, as I mentioned, the path was very clear at that moment. My wife was studying a postgraduate study.
Right.
So in the meantime, she was studying. I was with an open work permit. So I traveled here working remotely for a huge project. I think that was my dream job. I
Which
got
is?
that job. I got that job after we were accepted. It's like I got that job, and maybe some weeks later, we got accepted to came here to Canada. It was like, oh my God, the dilemma. I implemented. I was working with the implementation of over 1,150 digital transformation projects that were impacted over that same amount of small and medium businesses in Colombia. And also we developed a platform to train them, over 50,000 businesses in Colombia in digital transformation. And we designed a tool to implement to impact the same amount of businesses by evaluating their digital transformation maturity. And I was developing that, and they offered me, it's like, okay, you can continue in Canada. But they came here to Canada was pretty hard because I was working and my mind was in Colombia. Physically, I was here as a project manager. So I was speaking in Spanish, but I was here and I got depressed because of that. I finished my job here, and they offered me the second phase, even a huge, a bigger project. And they say like, oh, you can work from them, please continue with the other part, but I quit. It's like, no, I can't do that. I can't do that because at that moment was like, I didn't feel like, oh my gosh, it's too much for me.
Right. And Daniel, I think Daniel is busy. He's got a busy house.
No, I wanted to hear that. And Jose's, oh my God, sorry. I got my crazy kid going on in the background. Sorry, Jesus. No, I'm excited. One, I feel like we should have talked a long time ago. So I'm honored to have you on this show with us and to learn more about you. I've been, of course, an admirer from you from the outside. The work that you're doing is completely amazing. It certainly benefits the PM community, which obviously the three of us love. But as far as the immigrators, like I know lots of people that have immigrated from, I feel like everywhere across the world to Canada and the US, but I feel like a lot more to Canada recently. And you kind of mentioned this a second ago, and I can see some people that are putting this in the chat already, asking very similar questions. So like, obviously there's the, the legal part and all that stuff, but for you, your wife, like your family, how did you like feel? Like, what were some of the emotions that were going on? Like, I'm sure there was stress, anxiety. You have a family, or you're trying to, you want to have a family. Like, how did you like kind of get through that stuff and then still be successful on the other side? I've met probably about 80% of the people I know that have done that in Canada. They've been pretty successful. Might have taken longer than others, but most of them have found success. Some haven't, and they're still struggling today, and they've been there many years. So for you, how did you kind of deal with some of those challenges from being from another country, learning new stuff, and work, family, and kind of all those things together? And of course, where you are today, quite successful.
That's an interesting point of view. And I will resume everything in one word: faith.
I love it. I love it.
We have, as a family, before even having Sophia, we set up our principles and values as a family. And that's all that matters. Money, success, everything else will follow that. When we came here to Canada, we made like a leap of faith.
Yeah.
We don't have anything secure. It was like I was pretty mature in my late 30s. I was living a successful career. I recently was in a meeting. I was, and I was someone. I was sharing like in Colombia. I didn't know. I didn't need to sell myself in order to go the ICP or sell something, because I was a postgraduate professor and everyone in that part of my niche knows me. But when I arrive here, nobody knows me. So I start to share my journey on LinkedIn and get visibility from almost zero. I switch my language from Spanish to English. And if you ask me something, Daniel, the only thing that was in my mind, this faith, this the faith is that you are the certainty that you know that everything will be okay, even if you are not seeing in this moment. And this is something that works for me and for my family. It was pretty hard. We when we arrive here, we have this clear path as a project manager. My wife goes she was studying in the college. She got the work permit. I got my open work permit, and suddenly we received an extension of this work permit, and right now we are very good with that. But the thing here is that we can choose between the decisions. We can choose from fear. Oh my gosh, I came here to Canada because Colombia sucks. I don't know. I don't want to be poor, the poverty or whatever. Or you want to choose the motivations, right? So we choose the motivation. It's like we want a better quality of life. We know that if we have this in our heart, everything will follow that. So that's the thing. There is no rational explanation, or maybe we we perform a risk.
Yeah, exactly. Do a risk assessment on this.
The risk assessment will suck.
Daniel, Jesus, when I immigrated to the Czech Republic in 2007, I did not know how huge that would be, because when I arrived at IBM, I thought it's going to be a very small office with maybe 20, 50 people in a small city called Brno in the Czech Republic in the south, next to Vienna, near to Vienna. I found an office with 4,500 people from 182 countries or nationalities. 182. I met every known nationality on earth. All Latin America, all North America, all Europe, most of Africa, most of Asia, and definitely there were Australians and Canadians and even people from the South Pole, even though there are no people on the South Pole. Okay. But I'm just exaggerating a bit, but really 182 nationalities. Now, when I joined project management, and some people who knew project management told me that they treated their immigration to the Czech Republic as a project. They had a business case. They didn't just immediately, immigrate. They had a business case. They studied alternatives. They took a decision. They had a decision matrix, whatever their decision matrix is, or decision board, or murder board, or whatever. Then, when the business case was approved, they started the project of the immigration itself, because the immigration is a project itself. For someone like with a family with kids, and a lot of them had family and kids, it was not easy just to take the family, the kids, the wife, or the husband, the children. Okay, there was a lot of preparation for school, kindergarten, where to stay, mother works, father works, etc. So some people treated that as a project with risk register, seriously, risk register, change log, issue log, Gantt chart, project plan, stakeholders, communication, how to manage stakeholders, etc. You as a project manager, even if you did not do it like literally on documents like we do, in your mind, Was your immigration a project, and did you treat it as a project?
That's a great question, Ahmed. I think if you ask me, yes. And I think in immigration is a pretty complex. I will say this will be like a program more than a project, because sometimes, for example, got your papers or maybe the resources. For example, something that was pretty challenging for us. What now that we decided to move? What about the stuff? We have a lot of stuff back there.
Yeah.
So each this is a project. You know what I mean? You need to define, okay, how we will sell that, because we are also running of time, and we realize a lot of things back there about that. So if you ask me, yes, in my mind, sometimes because we need to act very quickly, was like, okay, now it's a mindset. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes project management, the people think it's like, oh my gosh, this is the guy with a lot of templates. Or no, it's a mindset, and you know what is the life cycle of a project, right? So the first thing is like, okay, even before planning, you need to initiate the project, as you mentioned, planning, execution, uh, the follow up, the closing. It's like I got that in my mind, and also I love create some specific files for maybe uh, complex deliverables. For example, uh, the requirements, compliance. We need to meet all compliance. So for me, the most critical part is meeting the compliance. So we hire someone. So I was not with the details of that. So they sent me the form. So we met the requirement with them, and it was back and forth with them. But something that was complex was deciding what about the stuff. So we need to sell one of them, donate, other share with some relatives. So that's the thing. The other part that maybe was not aware was about, and you mentioned also, was about the internal part, the challenges. It's like, oh my gosh, I forgot to include me as a main stakeholder. So it's a change management. How I will deal this change management, and I realized that when I was here, it's like, oh my God, it's so hard for me. My wife was happy. Oh my gosh, everything was happy, but for me it was very challenging. I don't know. You don't know how your body will react to this type of change.
Did
So
you
when
achieve
I
your goal?
arrived, yeah,
Was your goal to immigrate, or the immigration was just a project that would open doors to other projects?
yes, I think this is the immigration was the first project that will open the doors to other projects. As I mentioned, I was a postgraduate professor for over 10 years, a former postgraduate professor, but and I'm a trainer. So I notice if I move my mind from Spanish to English, I will reach out more people worldwide. That's something that was in my mind. So I switched because of that to from Spanish to English. And it's different when you share your knowledge in English, but you are living in Colombia.
Yeah.
So now it's easy for me to achieve to reach out to other people to share my passions, right? My unique point of view. Because before back then, I'm here in LinkedIn for almost 13 years, and I have shared almost 50,000 posts, but I only got attention once I arrived here to Canada and switched to English.
Wait. You said you shared on LinkedIn 50, 50?
No, no, 5,000, no,
Oh,
50,000, 5,000,
That's
five
still a
thousand.
lot.
5,000,
Wow.
5,000 pounds. No, 50,000 is an exchange. It's 5,000, yes, because
Wow.
I share in the past a lot, and I only receive reaction and just from maybe me and my wife, but I was constant in Spanish, and
Yeah.
I start to share, and it doesn't matter because the thing here is that I love sharing the knowledge. It's not about sharing the knowledge. It's about the impact that you cause in the mind of others. Because when you share your knowledge, you are creating a new capacity, right? A
Right.
new ways to take decisions for others. So you are improving the life of other people. So yeah, that's
Wow.
the
Amazing,
thing.
man. I thought I posted a lot. Wow, you got me beat by like a million, man. Like when I first started, I was like doing probably the same thing most people do, especially when they decide mentally they're going to commit to doing this. Whatever it winds up being, you're still committing to it. But I was like making like 3 or 4 articles a day, posted 5 or 6 times a day. And I, like I said, my wife and I think maybe one of my friends liked it, and that was it. And then thankfully, like yourself, it took off, man. But that's so amazing, man. And I didn't know that about you, obviously. And it like endears me more to you, man. And like, of course, want to support you and just your journey itself. And a lot of people wouldn't be able to do what you did and come out. Like it takes a very strong-willed person, but at the same time, very courageous and very faith-based person. Like I love when you answer that way, because it really is that. It's just like even a new job. But now you're talking about moving your family to another country where you may or may not know the language, the customs. You might not have a job. Like how do you all of a sudden make all that work with all your stuff in another country? You have a wife or a husband to take care of, or maybe a kid. That's not an easy task to put together. So you have to have some faith, certainly, man. But I'm glad that you brought that up, because one of the questions I wanted to ask you, and again, this is one of the things that I admire from you the most. You post your pictures of your family all the time, and I love that, man. And like, I question myself, should I do that more? Not like a million times a day, but like once in a while, right? Because I go back, is that more social media or is this more professional? But the way that you put it, and how you craft it around project magic is perfect. You nail it all the time, man. But with that being said, and having a new child and a family and a wife and all the things that you've accomplished and to get to where you are today, how do you find balancing that stuff with your own business or consulting and coaching and a family and a young child and working on LinkedIn? Me and Ahmed talk about this all the time. How do we do posting, commenting, family, life, career? How do you make it work at the end of the day and still come out with that beautiful smile on your face, man?
Oh, thank you so much, Daniel, for your kind words. I think, honestly, there is no real balance. There is no, you know what I mean? Some days you are 100%, some days you are in 20.
Yeah.
And I have a very supportive wife.
Yeah.
And I think the blessing to having her in my life will be my success right now. Not because I'm a top voice, it's because how I feel. Because it doesn't matter if I'm a top voice, but I'm not happy. I'm happy right now because I'm a very supportive wife who hold me when I don't have enough strength or energy. So I'm not in my 100%. Sometimes I'm in my 70%, and my wife is my other 30%.
Yeah.
And the time with my family is sacred. Do you remember when I mentioned the principles and values? One of my principles and values, something that sustain my life and everything else, is the time with my family. So when I finish my job, I enjoy playing with Sophia since, I don't know, 5 to 7:30 or 8. I'm a full-time dad, and the mornings I'm always with them. So I'm trying to respect that times. And of course, I work after hours. I work in my side job and these things. After that, after my Sophia is
Why side job, Jesus?
sorry.
You said you have a side job. Why did you decide to have a side job?
Why I decide to have a side job?
Yes.
Because I paused that. I paused that when I arrived here. Back in Colombia, as I mentioned, I was a content creator also. I
Oh,
create
okay.
a podcast. I did an Instagram. You name it. I was an entrepreneur, and I was working on my own almost for over 10 years. So now I'm working as a full time in a company, but this is my hobby. Some people
Mhm.
spend their time seeing soccer. I spend in my time uh, doing this type of things on LinkedIn, or learning something new
Yeah.
about artificial intelligence, or
Yep.
sharing something, or trying to do that, because I believe that my life doesn't end after 5.
No. No.
Okay, wow,
I
wow,
love
that's
that. It's funny. Jesus, he said, me and Ahmed have that same conversation. Like, we both have families, life, businesses. How the hell do we make it all work? And everyone's like, well, when do you create content? I'm like, dude, I'm literally recording instructional videos. I'm doing a podcast. I'm commenting. And when I have a break, I'm posting my own posts, and I'm doing it all at the same time on many days. So I don't
correct.
have a set schedule. But when it comes to my daughter, same thing as you, Jesus, like around 5-ish. Until she goes to bed, I'm a dad. That's it. I might look at my phone. I usually get yelled at, but I try not to do it. I am not successful 100% of the time, but about 90% of the time, I try to make sure homework, focus, because she's 8 years old, like, her sports, whatever she wants. I don't care what it is. Watch the same movie 55,000 times. I'm doing it because I know the minute she goes to bed, I'm going to be right back on the computer and going until I can't, my eyes can't stay open anymore, and then waking up and doing it again before she gets up for school, so I could then spend an hour or two with her during school. So those are like my 2 times. Of course, I spend time with my wife also, but those are my 2 times where I commit, and that's all I could give now. But thankfully, due to a very supportive wife as well, she knows I'm in a place very much like the both of you, trying to do something special for myself, for my family, for the community, for the profession we all love. And it takes some time and effort, and lots of times it doesn't pay. I'll tell you 100% of the time lately, it doesn't pay anything. So even that extra piece where the money's not coming in yet, it's challenging. And if you don't have that supportive partner, wife, husband at home, or even kids too, depending on their age, it's not going to be successful. But having that faith in those shared values and principles of your family, if you could align that, I can't stress this enough, everyone that's listening, if you could align that, money, millions of dollars, $5, it doesn't matter. If you have this straight, you're going to be okay no matter what, even if what you're doing doesn't work out. You have your people in the background that are going to be there to catch you when you fall.
I have a question, Jesus. And this is kind of, many people are going through this. Now, on LinkedIn, there are different varieties of people. People who want to help and to share a lot, like you, like Daniel. Like you guys are sharing a lot, are giving a lot. We will come to talk about the LinkedIn Top Voice in a while, okay? Because there are a few questions about that. People, would like to hear more from you. But let me get to this. People like us, let's say, let me talk about Daniel, like you like all the people we had, they love to help, to share, to give. Now, I personally don't mind seeing those people also sometimes being vulnerable, sharing parts of their personal life. Like you share the pictures of your beautiful daughter, your beautiful family. Jesus, Daniel, earlier I could barely see his daughter on the side. Like I think she came to talk to you, Daniel, on the side earlier. Your daughter, I'm not sure, but I saw someone
Yeah,
like just
she's like a little social media star. She wanted to come into the episode.
bring her in. Hey man,
Yeah.
call her up. Seriously, call her in, man. Call her, man. Go bring her. Really, like, look, really, man. Listen, I don't mind if people sometimes share parts of their life. You know why? Because maybe Jesus today is so tired that he doesn't even have energy to share a technical project management content. Okay, maybe he just feels like chilling out, maybe sharing just a cozy picture, something with his family, warming up, maybe staying safe at home, enjoying snow, building something. That's part of our life because we cannot expect people just to give. Yeah, 3 weeks ago I shared a photo of me with my newborn son. Really, And I didn't mind that. I mean, I didn't show his face because, hey, little one, here she is.
Oh, so
Daniel,
beautiful.
unmute yourself. Let me unmute Daniel. I'm gonna unmute you, Daniel. Okay, I'm gonna unmute you. What is? Yeah, Daniel. What's her name?
Riley.
Okay, hey, why
She keeps me young, man. She keeps me young, right? Oh, I guess.
Hey, O'Brien, right?
What? Yeah, Riley. Look, say hi.
Hi.
Hey, Riley.
You're busy
Hi,
talking
Riley.
to all your friends, so you have to go now, right?
Like,
You're very- you're
Like
supposed to run.
Riley, right?
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Like Riley. Her name is Riley, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So beautiful.
Good. So really, I mean,
She literally has like more friends than I do. It's so crazy.
yeah, I can do that. Jesus. So, how does it feel to be? How does it feel like for you to share personal stuff together with like professional stuff? You probably don't mind that, right?
No? Oh, okay, so there is a line, of course. I don't share everything because LinkedIn is not Instagram or Facebook. As Daniel mentioned, I always trying to connect my professional passions with my personal life because this is something that I always love. So sometimes when I'm talking with my wife and suddenly I connect something in my mind, it's like, oh my gosh, this is an idea for a post. So give me 1 second. And I have a chat with me in a WhatsApp. So I send a message to me about the idea. And that's the thing. I was asking myself, who am I? Am I a content creator? And also I'm my mindset is always thinking about that. How can I share? Because we are connected. Even if you don't like to share your personal life, you have one. So if you saw someone that connect that personal life with your profession, you will get more insights to how to be more human at work. We are not a set of features, right? So or a lot of compliance to meet. Oh my gosh, this is. I remember early in my profession working as a quality engineer. We met like, oh, you don't met this A, B, C, D, D. It's so boring, right?
Yeah.
So when you connect that with your personal life, oh my gosh, that's true. So it resonates with me, and also I love to bring joy to others. I know there are a lot of threat or whatever, but now with the existence of artificial intelligence and everything else, nobody is safe. Nobody. If you go now outside, someone could take a picture of you and your daughter, and you didn't even realize about that. So I don't act moved by the fear. I move by my motivation, and my motivation is, okay, if my daughters bring me a lot of joy, how I cannot share that with others? And that's my purpose behind every post that I share. My Sophia is like, oh my gosh, if bring me love, if bring me happiness, I can share that with others. So because of that, I create that, and because LinkedIn is not Instagram, I always like, how can I share that in a professional way, but also in a human way? So I
Human way,
I do that.
exactly.
Yeah.
And
And you
Daniel
do a great
loves
job
that.
at it, my friend. A great job. Like, I don't think I've ever seen one that didn't thread that needle perfectly, 1000% perfectly, man. Plus, beautiful
Yeah.
daughter.
Yeah, because-
Thank you.
No, really, this is what you see. I'm gonna tell the audience a secret. When Daniel, Jesus, and me talked a few days ago, we were brainstorming about a topic that would be so interesting to people. We originally thought of something technical, something trendy, technology maybe. But then in one moment we said, hey, it's gonna be, a season like a vacation season or holiday season in the United States and other parts of the world. We've had so far many episodes about different parts and aspects of project management. We talked about PMBOK 8, we talked about PMP, we talked about AI, we talked about many other stuff. you know what? Why don't we just chill, relax, really? And to be honest, it was because I know, for example, my colleague Daniel, he worked so hard the past 12 months or 13 months. He worked so hard. And as you said, Jesus, I am sometimes surprised. How can he have time to comment, to post, to write, to share, to talk, to create, to do, to this? I'm serious. Like, this guy is working a lot. Like, really, he amazes me. And sometimes I even ask him, like, how do you do it? How do you do all this? Really, I'm very surprised. I'm very surprised. And I said to myself, you know what? Let's not have a serious topic. Let's just be humans. We're fathers. We're humans. We get tired. We really get tired. We love sharing. Really, we do it out of love. Some people think that we, not we, the three of us, like we, the project, the people who post a lot on LinkedIn, we're doing it because we want to have money. That, we do it all because of money. Oh, we're posting so we can get more.
I'd be a millionaire then. I've made zero.
Yeah, exactly.
Like everyone.
Exactly. We would be millionaires.
We would be all millionaires.
Yeah.
Okay. No, really. Like, I had a discussion with my wife 2 days ago, because she was asking me, when is your current PMP group ending? I said, Friday this week. She said, oh my God, finally. So on December, we're going to be free together? I said, no, next week I'm having free PMO course. She said, oh my God, why? I said, come on. I want to give something, before I maybe take a break. And then, because, each week she thinks I'm done. And I tell her, you know what? We cannot be done. As long as there are people who need us, people who support us, people who enjoy what we're doing, we cannot be done. Really, we do it for the love of, loving people. Like, I'm going to say something just to prove to people it's not about money at all. Next week, we're having a free and completely free PMI, PMOCP training. So it's a training of 10 hours to prepare people for the PMI, PMOCP certification. That training is going to be free 100%. We are going to record it and share it for free on YouTube. So we will never make money from it because we're going to record it and share it. So it's not going to bring us money, and we don't get money for that from YouTube. To get money from YouTube, you need to have millions of views, hundreds of thousands of views, and we will not get that. I know. Okay. And plus, on top, we want people to go for the certification, and we told them today. I posted about this today. If you pass the exam, if you take the exam and don't pass before the end of December, we're willing to pay for the retake of 3 people. And we're doing this for the love of people, really. What is it in it for me or for us? Nothing. Really. Fame? No. PMO? I don't think so. Money? No, zero. Why are we doing this? It's holidays, it's celebration, it's giving back, it's helping people, it's encouraging people, because Jesus, Daniel, Ahmed, we could never be in the place where we are right now if we didn't have support, either from managers, colleagues, people on LinkedIn, our community. We call it community. Really, Daniel and I'm being honest 100%. We never used the word clients. We said community. We all the time say community members. I even don't say followers. No, I follow what people do. People follow what I do. It's following each other. So it's a community. Okay. So this is why we're doing this, for the love of that. And I think, Jesus, you're part of that mindset. That's why you're sharing. So no harm. And I think it's just, being who you are as a human. And I think what you're doing is what got you to be a top voice, because I realized with your profile that being top voice, or for being top voice, you don't need to have 1 million followers, 100,000, 500,000 followers, or even 200,000 followers. You can have just, a small amount, but still you're perceived by LinkedIn editors or, whoever is watching after that, you're perceived as someone who's bringing value. If you did not bring value, I think you wouldn't be called the top voice and given that blue sign or white blue sign of top voice. So I think that's how you got it. Now it's your story. You tell us the story if you want, Jesus.
Yeah, that's the thing, and that's a beautiful story for me. You know, because it demonstrates how valuable it is when you take your decision based on the faith. This leap of faith that I mentioned before. Just before I received my LinkedIn Top Voice, I was unemployed. And I was unemployed for uh, over a year. Um, and when I received that Top Voice, I reject a job offer, which was
Okay.
not aligned with my values. And suddenly, when I was sad about that, I received an email from LinkedIn. It was like, what? I received, and I told my wife, it seems like a scam. They are mentioned that I'm a top voice. What? And I read again and again, and I received 2 to 3 emails from them. And it was something that I was not looking for. I didn't ask for that. My post at that time didn't receive more engagement, and sometimes now even. So as you mentioned, I don't know, someone changed, but it was aligned. I received the top voice. I received a job offer after rejecting one, and everything was almost at the same time. And the thing here was, uh, it was like, oh my gosh, uh, I'm a top voice. That's great. Maybe it could be a ego something or whatever, but I'm using that to reach more people in order to share my message, not like Wikipedia sharing, the definitions through my feed, by sharing my own story that it's possible. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be successful in the vanity metrics. The only thing that you need to be is show up every day with motivation, high resilience, even if not perfect. I remember that I started sharing on LinkedIn, and even without any reactions, I share because that's my passion. I don't know, maybe someone, and I realize sometimes that even if I didn't receive any reaction in a networking event, someone approached me like, "Oh my God, I love your post and whatever." It's like, "Oh my God, that's great," but you didn't reaction to my post, but you noticed my post, and that's more important for me, right?
Okay.
And that's the thing. I don't know how LinkedIn select me. The only thing that I know that is that the thing that I control at that time is I always share, even in Spanish or in English, and was not in my greatest moment of my life, but something happened. So the thing here that I want to share with everyone is here. If you are an immigrant, if you are mature, whatever, the right moment to do the thing is now. There is no need to be perfect. If you compare with others, sucks because the life of others and the journey of others is totally different than reality. And that's it. I think that's main the experience with the LinkedIn Top Voice was something that changed my mind, and I realized like I need to follow my passion. So because of that, I'm doing this. The thing that as you mentioned, Ahmed and Daniel is doing too, like sharing our knowledge, our experience. But it's not about knowledge; it's about experience. Because
Yes.
knowledge is a copy paste. Yeah, knowledge. I have a lot of knowledge back then in a closed books. It's about interpretation. My unique point of view. I sharing that on LinkedIn. So that's the thing. And always I'm thinking about how can I impact the life of others in order to create this capacity, in order to improve their life. Maybe it's not the, oh my God, it will change my life. No, but it will maybe give me some insight to improve something small in my life. That's great.
Yeah. No,
Mhm.
I love that, man. I love that. And again, I am such a you just do such a good job. And even I'm got to be honest, right? Because today's Thanksgiving, so I got to throw it all on the table. When I first started at LinkedIn, of course, I was the same way. No one cared about me, my wife, and maybe one friend. And then, like, I finally started to get some traction. I started rising real quick, and all of a sudden, I got obsessed, like an addict, with these numbers and these vanity numbers that literally meant nothing to no one except me. And the minute I stopped worrying about them and went to to the mindset that you have, Jesus, my life became drastically different. Not for me, for the people around me. And I don't care, more followers, like none of that means anything to me. I just want to help people just like you, just like Ahmed. Like, and that's what separates us from so many others. Like, I don't want to, it's on Thanksgiving, so I don't want to say bad. I just see so many takers on LinkedIn and not enough givers. And when I see them, I have to support them or let them know, dude, I see you, man. Like, I see what you're doing. I love it. You are making a difference. It's nice to feel that, right? And it kind of goes to the question that I was going to have for you. That kind of ties it back to project management work, although I don't want to get into there. It's more about like your story, right? And you've leveraged it in such a way that it's human. You could see the struggles, the reality, the challenges, the successes. You could peel them through each word that when you make read one of your posts. I do the same thing. I try to write to help other people, and I try to put it through a lens of that. Lots of times I try to look through a lens of like me and you having a conversation and what kind of advice I would give to someone, or leverage my experience in the way I did it. Too many people post the generic frameworks and this, and like no one cares. I could look that up. I have the book. Like, we all have the PMBOK. Like, anyone could do that. How did Jesus do it? How did Ahmed do it? What happened when they did it? What problems did they face? How do they both work in the same industry I do? Wait, that's great. How did this happen? And even when I see some of your posts, Ahmed, and a few others, I really get that. It kind of, again, goes back to the question that I had for you about, your story. You have a tremendous amount of life experience in multiple, more than most, I would say, at least most people I know. How do you kind of leverage that in the one, kind of the way you write content and the way that you approach helping people, and two, also kind of in your work, like, again, your experience, your knowledge, the professorship, your family. How do you at work and for clients or coaching clients, whatever that looks like, how do you leverage your own personal story to really help people the most? Again, especially coaching clients, but could be at work for a client or a company. And then again, kind of tie that together on LinkedIn. Because lots of people, I have a lot of mentees and coaching clients that say this all the time. I try to convince them, tell your story. Tell your story. If you got a million people, no one pays attention to you, tell your story. That's all people want to hear. Everyone wants to hear the real world scenario of it. But for you personally, you've done such a great job. How would you help those people, or maybe they need to hear from someone else? How to really leverage your own personal story, the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between for helping other people, success, LinkedIn, work, all those things.
I think transparency is one of the most valuable things that you can share.
Yes.
And also not share by superiority. You need to be at the same level of them, right? Yes. I see you not because I'm over you. I'm at the same level of you. I maybe live different challenges, but at the end, we are living challenges. Yeah. So I'm trying to connect with them in that way. And also, it's not about being perfect. This is something that I'm struggling. It's like, oh my gosh, I need to be perfect or something. So I'm fighting against that. It's like, sometimes you need, the only thing that you need to do is show up, do the things, take a decision. It doesn't matter what. You can pivot imperfectly. It doesn't matter. As soon as we are live, we can change. So that's the thing there. And also it's like trying to connect with them at the same level. For me, it's almost the same, trying to understand the motivation behind, because sometimes when you're trying to help others, it's exactly as in a project. You don't how I say that, it's like you need to attack the root cause of the problem. So sometimes they are showing you the symptoms, and the symptoms could be, for example, that they are struggling with money, or they are fighting something behind. So the first thing is trying to understand better, but also be transparent. It's like, if you understand and you share yourself as yourself. So I'm here showing, and my wife, I think, is seeing this podcast, and she's living with me. So I'm exactly the same guy, and maybe someone at the work. So That's the thing that worked for me.
Oh God, I love that. And I know Ahmed has another good, I'm sure, question, but I couldn't agree more, man. Like if you see me like this, I'm not perfect. I don't wear ties all the time. I don't like talk the right way all the time. I'm just who I am. I write the way I am in real life. Anyone who knows me knows that. I'm goofy and crazy sometimes, but it's just this is just who I am, and I'm never going to change that for anyone. Unfortunately, too many do that. But dude, I really love that. That was a really great answer, especially the transparency part, man.
Daniel and Jesus, did it? Let me start with Daniel. Did it ever happen to you that you were walking in the street, maybe taking your daughter to school or doing some grocery or shopping, and someone stopped you and said, "Hey, aren't you that guy from that social media like LinkedIn?" Or did it ever happen to you guys?
When I went to the PMI DC event, when I was the moderating the thing with Kathleen, I don't even want to say it. I am such a humble person. If you like knew me, like you knew that Ahmed, you probably know this. Like I don't ever talk good about myself. Like I always am trying to put other people first and try to lower who I am so I don't get a big ego. Because I had that problem when I was younger. But yeah, like it was funny. People were like, "Oh my God, can I get a picture with you? Oh my God, I want to follow you on LinkedIn." I'm like, bro, I'm not even no one important. I am the most least important person here. I came to see the speakers that are going to deliver great sessions. That's what I want to worry about. It was just funny to see that. And walking outside again. Oh God, that'd be crazy, man. I don't know how those famous people do that.
And you, Jesus, did it happen to you?
Yes, and I will share something interesting. I'm an introvert.
Me too.
Wow. Wow.
So
I try very hard to be like this.
it's pretty funny because back in Colombia, I was a trainer, professor, whatever, coach. I share conference, but I'm an introvert. So I remember being in a networking event and someone approaching, "Oh my God, your post, I admire you, whatever." It's like I didn't know how to react. It's like, okay, nice to meet you. I don't know because uh, I'm not an extrovert, so it's like for me it could be good, but more than that, it's like okay, I'm getting attention. That's good. It's a symptom. It's a good symptom, but uh, it's not easy for me because I'm an introvert. So I can speak with you.
Sorry. This is so interesting. How could you, being an introvert as you have described yourself, maybe you took the personality test, maybe the Myers-Briggs test, any other personality test. So you found out that you're an introvert, and yet you share content, you hold podcasts, you teach, you share even personal life, which, for example, one of the people that I respect the most, he is someone in the project management industry. He's quite famous in the world. He does a lot of project management. He's very well known. And when I spoke to him 3 times to be on our podcast, he told me this literally: Ahmed, I'm an introvert. I don't want to be on shows. I don't want to be exposed. I don't want to talk. He writes the best books. He teaches PMP, but he's not into talking directly. So it's kind of hard for him, to do that. But you said you're an introvert, and yet you could do it. How do you find that magic balance? Because many people who are watching us, they wish they could start also like writing, posting, sharing, but something's holding them back. Okay, something's stopping them. So how did you manage to get out of that shell and do it?
Yeah, I think maybe there are. I'm not a psychologist, of course. I don't know much about that. Psychology is part of being an introvert, but I think there are different type of introversion. In my case, for example, is I'm in a networking event with surrounded with a lot of people, and I don't know everyone, so I remain quiet. It's like if I'm doing for example, in a speaking event and I met the speaker, is different. But my mindset is more about okay, I will share something, I will impact the people, but it doesn't make me an extrovert. It's like not at the beginning. How I do that, how I break my shield, by reaching my motivations. You know what I mean? Is I think the introversion is not the real problem. Maybe the real problem behind that is because we are trying to be perfect, because we are hiding or moving by our fears. So I give more importance to the motivation than my fears. And I like to challenge myself. Honestly, my life in my childhood was not easy, and I took a lot of decisions. So it brings me a lot of strength. And I think for me, for example, I will share with you something. This is the first time that I'm doing a live podcast in English.
Oh wow.
And it's too hard for me. You can imagine how much. But I'm doing this during my process when I immigrate to here into Canada. My Spanish level was a level that I shared with you. A speaker, professor, you know what I mean? But when I arrived here, I switched to English. I tried to set up my English at the same level. I found that maybe it will be not the same. So I accept that being here, not because I'm feeling 100% comfortable with that, not because I'm an English speaker. I want to be that. And I want to impact a lot of people around the world. And because of that, I accept that. But not because I'm feeling 100% comfortable with that. So I try to set up my priorities and give more weight to the thing that motivates me most.
Wow.
So this is an example. I'm not an extrovert, and I'm spending over 1 hour, and you are almost the. This is the longest speaking event that I
Conversation.
have been here. Yes, in a session.
Amazing.
Of
Wow.
course I can share with a one-on-one, but this is the longest for sure. This is my, I think one, two. I think this is my second event, but the other was with Latin fellows, and I was speaking in Spanish, and I feel more comfortable. It doesn't matter. But here, which is a great event worldwide, uh, uh, I challenge myself, because one thing that I 100% sure that I will be better after this podcast than before.
Absolutely.
And I will impact. If I impact one person, that's good. That's
You're
good for
doing
me.
good.
That's it. Dude, that is so amazing. And like, I didn't know that about you. Obviously, I don't know you that well just from your posts and stuff. And I'm glad to have you on today. I'm also introvert. Again, it might not seem like it, but
Wait. What?
I'm up until the time I was like 18 or 19, I was the shyest person you ever met. And it severely detrimented my life. I lost opportunities. I couldn't have done stuff I could have. It wasn't until I went to the U.S. Army, where they force you to talk, that it kind of broke me out of that shell. And then, of course, I learned how to do that afterwards. But still, I'm like Jesus in a lot of. But on this, I'm good. One-on-one, I can talk for 400 hours. I don't care what language it's in. But when it comes to a group environment, especially even when I went to the PMI, the DC chapter thing, I knew a few people there. I didn't know them. I know them like how we know each other here, like online. Had a few conversations, but for me to be in that environment already, I always feel out of place. I'm not good enough. Again, do I deserve to be here? Are these people crazy? Did they send the wrong invitation to the wrong person and wound up in my box? Like, these are all the crazy things that I'm thinking all the time, man. And I just have to like convince myself to like stop that craziness in my head sometimes, man. And at the end of the day, I'm going to show up. It's what we do as project managers anyway. And it kind of like goes into that, right? Bad sponsor, no answers, scope is who knows. We still show up anyway and do the work we have to do no matter what. I think that's what most of the best project managers I've ever met, not all of them, but many of them, probably most of them, have been introverts. And I'm talking about introverts where they don't talk to anyone ever. They don't go out to events afterward. You'll never see them anywhere, but they're the hardest. When it comes to work, they're loud and they're talking and they're getting stuff done. But when it comes to their personal life, man, they are very reserved and cautious and imposter syndrome. And they could have written 50 books and they still don't feel good enough. I don't know if I'm meeting more and more people like that lately, but I feel like those type of behaviors and that person where you want to just do good for people, like you still got to have the courage to show up at the end of the day. We're humans. We're getting older every day. And, just the honor of having you on here, Jesus, to do this. I'm excited, man. I'm even more excited that we're having this just to hear that. And I couldn't agree more. Good, bad, indifferent. As long as you help someone, I don't care what it looks like to someone. If I made a fool of myself, right, it went good. I still did it. I still showed up. I proved to myself I could do it. Now I'm going to say yes to the next one. And hopefully I help one or two people at the end of the day.
Wow. I never thought you grew up introvert, Daniel. Really, that's why I was like,
I had a lot of friends, but I was the shyest person ever, and I forced my children almost to do public speaking. Like, I don't want them to suffer, not suffer, but I could have done other or bigger or better things faster, sooner. I missed opportunity. I don't want them to lose those because of that. Right. Again, whether they do them or not, oh well. But now they'll have the opportunity to, because they're okay to talk in front of people and hold conversations. And none of them, all of them aren't extroverted, but they're definitely much more better prepared than I am to be in that situation at school, at personal, than I was when I was growing up.
Right. Jesus, there is a question to you from Shauna Calhoun. But before taking that, there is something interesting you want to look at, Daniel, here. Rajesh Kotha is asking you, like, can we guys have a Zoom face-to-face connection or meeting, so the other project managers could make it and be more interactive? It's like sort of, people want to join the conversation now. Daniel, seems like we might want, or maybe we can think of towards the end of this year host one large project management community event, maybe on Zoom, maybe on any other platform that is so interactive, and it's like project management community saying goodbye to 2025, sharing good thoughts, lessons learned, and starting a new year with maybe tips.
Yeah, oddly enough, I wanted to talk to you about this week coming up, because we get so much good stuff and we have talked to so many great people, Jesus included. It'd be nice to have, because people come on here, it's the holidays, it's different times. We can never capture all the different times. It's impossible. The LinkedIn Live is good because people go watch it later or earlier, but still, people want to be engaged immediately, not do a question and wait for it to get it. And I would definitely be open to anything working with you, man, and or other people as well, to bring in. Maybe we can have a panel of people come in and do something for a while, man.
Thank you, Rajesh, for the proposition.
Good question.
I will talk about it with Daniel offline. We'll think about it, how feasible that would be, how to do it. Now back to Jesus. Shauna, she's got a question. Do you see it on the screen? I put on the screen.
Yes.
Can you please answer her? Because it's the second time she asks this.
Oh, that's interesting question. When I arrived here, the first thing that I did was looking for the PMI Toronto chapter.
Oh, nice.
So I was volunteer. I created an analytic platform for them, and after that, I paused my participation because a lot of things, at that moment was happening in my life, as I shared with you. So I recently rejoined to the chapter. But now my intention is different. My intention is to show up in order to give him back. At that moment, I reached out the PM Toronto chapter, but something important is that I received support only, yes. But I will be honest, the support, the most valuable support that I received being an immigrant was from other immigrants from my same country or language speaking, like Hispanic or whatever. Right? So if you are immigrate to another country, maybe you will find the people that is maybe with the same background as you in terms of your home country that could help you. It's more efficient for me. because there are no culture barriers or something like that. But of course, I receive support here. I'm exploring, guys. I'm exploring also because now that with the PMP, with the PMP membership, you can join to another chapter around the world. So I'm thinking about, okay, maybe I will join to another. I don't know where. I don't know which one. Maybe closer to Toronto, maybe New York or something like that. But yes, I received support from them, and it was good at that time. I did some valuable contributions as a volunteer, and now I'll be back maybe in the next few weeks.
Thanks. I will take this one from Destiny Chile Mania. He's asking, what advice would we give to a newbie in the project management besides maintaining cost, timeline, and scope? How do you define success in project management? And how can I make my CPM project a success? Destiny, project management is not about maintaining cost, timeline, and scope. That's not what project management is about. Project management is, first of all, about understanding. Okay, project management is like vague. Now, there are different roles in project management. Now, let's talk about a project manager's role or a project. Yeah, let's start with that. A project manager is actually someone whose first and biggest main interest is to achieve the value the company is looking for. Okay, because when a company launches a project, usually they put objectives and they put expectations. Those expectations are maybe mandated or mentioned in the business case, maybe in the project charter. Definitely, you need to make sure that you achieve those objectives. You deliver the business value the company wants you to deliver or the customer is asking for. Now, to do that, you need to have two things: technical and human. Technical, yes, having your plans, like maintaining, having a Gantt chart, project plan, having a risk register, stakeholder register, communication plan, issue log, a change log. Those are really important, basic things, really important. The human part is you need to know how to work with your team, motivate your team, build your team, talk to your stakeholders, engage your stakeholders, perform communications or executive communications, resolve conflicts, keep people aligned, keep people focused and engaged in the project. You need to balance both technical project management work, human project management work. And these two, once you balance them, you would be able to achieve the value that your customer is expecting or your stakeholders are expecting or the management is expecting. That's basically what project management is about. In your project, in your CAPM journey, that's a good start in the project management world. You will learn the basics, practice those basics for a couple of years. Always think as a project manager, don't make the certifications as your ultimate goal. You have to enjoy project management, enjoy it as a profession, as a let's say a function, as a hobby, as a center of interest. Enjoy it, because if you enjoy it, you will definitely then master project management, and the certifications will be so easy for you. Like, for example, I took my PMO CP exam 2 days ago. I did not prepare, not even a single day, almost. Okay, why? Because first, I read the book. Second, I'm practicing. So when I'm practicing, it's easy for me. Okay, so practice and things are so easy for you. But I wanted to answer Destiny. I think we're almost up. Just maybe last thoughts from you, Jesus. Something to the community, if you want.
No, I think as you mentioned, project management is not about certifications. I noticed something interesting, that sometimes as a professionals, we value more the certification than our own capacity to take decisions based on that. So the thing here is not about the certification, it's maybe about what are the current job market needs and how this current job market needs meets my own purpose of as a professional, and how this certification contribute to my own to the profession that I want to develop, to share with others, right? And And I think, as I mentioned at the beginning, thank you so much for having me here. Thank you for multiply my voice, because for this type of events, we can reach more people, right? This is something valuable about being on LinkedIn, because it's not about the community that you already have, Ahmed, or the community that Daniel. Is about the community all of us has,
Yep.
and the how can we share our message, and how can we resonate with them. Yes, everyone that is here, please let me know how can I help. And thank you, Daniel. I really appreciate, and I also admire your journey, and Ahmed, of course. Of course, this is a a very important day as a Thanksgiving in US, a day to be thankful, because this is the other power that we almost forgot in our daily routine. Being thankful is like, okay, thank you for being alive, thank you for my family, even thank you for that job that I have now, because everything happens for a reason.
Yes. Yes.
So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, my friend. It was good to get to know you a little bit better, man.
Oh yeah, that's a great opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, everyone watching, thank you so much. And we will be having another episode.
That's
Thank you
great.
so much, everyone. See you around.
Congratulations for this amazing show. Bye.
Thank you.
See you.
Thank you. Thank you, Jesus.